Welcome everybody to a special edition of Smack Talk from SmarkOutMoment.com. This is the 4th annual year-end awards from Smark Out Moment. That's right, last year we were on 3MB mode. This year we take a little bit of a step up. 4 Horsemen, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
We went, J.J. Dillon, nobody cared.
No.
Ole Anderson, people start paying a little bit of attention.
Arn Anderson.
Now we're on Ric Flair. Woo! I think maybe next year we'll have a 5-star Frog Splash.
Oh yeah! Shrug, 5-star Frog Splash. Whoa.
I'm your host, as always, Tony Mango, and with me, the Dace Man himself, Chris Dace.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Long time no see.
If you're unfamiliar with how this works, what we do is we take the best things that WWE has done this year, give them a little golf clap, nice job, and we take the worst things, thumbs down, Batista style, because seriously, fuck those things. I mean, we have to give credit to those too. The hell with the Slammy Awards, just you know, making up their own stuff. Best beard of the year, nah. We're more legitimate than that, aren't we?
I got a pretty good beard, though.
So, with that being said, let's get this party started, and what's the better way to kick this off than with the best and the worst entrances of the year? Alright, so the best and the worst entrances of the year, and of course we're going to start off with the worst things first, because the bad news is always good to take care of first. So, Dace, what do you think? The worst entrance of the year?
The worst entrance, and only because he's a stale superstar, hands down, is Kofi Kingston. A, you can't get the timing right on your little clap. And I just don't care when you come out. You're the worst. Ever.
The worst ever now?
Yeah, you just upgraded. Just said worst, and then like all of a sudden in my head it's like, you're terrible. Should let you go.
I'm going with Ryback. He has no taunt anymore. He used to have the feed me more. He doesn't do that anymore. He used to, he used to do that. Doesn't really do that anymore. The lyrics, they kind of don't have the lyrics as much as they used to anymore. So you can't even sing along with the song.
Meat on the table!
Right. Now it's just generic rock song. You know, you're not supposed to cheer, you're not supposed to boo, because nobody gives a shit about him anymore. And then the worst thing is, he's adopted this thing lately where he does this almost like Vince McMahon walk. Have you noticed?
Yeah,
where
like
he kind of goes like... He's like doing an impression of Kali or something.
He's like a rockin' sockin' robot. He used to do the whole...
Right.
Now it's just...
Now he like struggles to get down to the ramp or something. He realizes how bad his career is, and his legs are starting to go as well.
It'd be awesome if like Spice Up Your Life came on as he was coming out.
Step to the right, having a good time. Step to the left, having a great time. That'd be energetic, and then you wouldn't have a worst end of the year.
Ryback rules. Can't rule when Spice Girls is playing in the background.
I don't know. I disagree. So what do you think is the best then in comparison?
The best, just A, because it's a great song. B, he got them to perform at WrestleMania. It's CM Punk. Living Colour played him out to the ring, even though he was a heel. Yeah, buddy. And I loved the song. I loved it when they used it for the Austin promo. I loved it that when he came back with it. And I play it when I get ballsy at work. So.
Honorable mention I have here is Bray Wyatt, because that lantern thing's kind of cool. Even though it's pretty stupid that he blows out the lantern. He lights the lantern, goes, "We're here. I gotta replace this with an electric one." That's kind of weird, but I do think that's kind of cool. Lifetime achievement goes to The Undertaker. I'm always going to give that to him. But if I have to pick for somebody this year, Fandango. He's got the cha-cha-la-la or cha-cha, or whatever it is. I don't know. The do-do-do-do-do. People love singing along with the song. You've got Summer Rae, who is not only good eye candy, but she also goes with the gimmick. The stage decorations are pretty cool. He actually has something that, not like the awesome that The Miz has, where they just every once in a while put that out and he just separates it, like the parting the Red Sea or something.
Punch through balloons.
Right.
You're very intimidating.
And who else on the roster has pyro in the shape of them?
Yeah, that's true. And his t-shirt's pretty awesome.
Like, how awkward would it be if Biggie Langston came out and there was Biggie Langston pyro cut out there? I do kind of like the clap with the cocaine powder or whatever it is. But
just snorted this! Let's go!
Alright, second category we have here, Best and Worst Signature Maneuver of the Year. This used to be the Best and Worst Finisher, but I figured I would expand it and just make it any move, because what the hell. Not only the finishers are good, all the moves are good too. Worst Signature Maneuver of the Year.
And it's not really a bad finisher, now that I'm thinking about it, but at the same time, for who...
It's actually quite good. It's the best.
Yeah, it's the best. But for who's using it, compared to what's going on, it's the Daniel Bryan running knee. It was neat when he first introduced it, and it was cool, but as a finisher, the man who can do like all kinds of shit in the ring, to just run at somebody with his knee is just he's been doing it in the corner for so long. Now he just does it in the center of the ring, and it's kind of like, all right, running knee, I can do that, and I'm not graceful.
Plus, it doesn't have a name yet. The Aberdeen Wizard or what was it, the Goat Knee or something like that. I don't know, that's awful.
Yeah, it's not the worst, but at the same time, I think for who it's paired with, it's kind of the worst. That's something that I would, like Sin Cara would do, because how could you botch that? He'd find a way. He'd find a way.
Old Sin Cara would find a way. Unico,
yeah,
he's got a better chance. I'm going with Curtis Axel's finisher. What the fuck is that move in the first place? It's like he botches a neck breaker, and that hurts you. Yeah. He spins around, and like it looks like he tries to go for a swinging neck breaker, but misses, and then the guy who's supposed to sell it just kind of goes like, that fucking hurt. Like,
yeah, it's another one where the lineage should have a better signature for a guy like that.
He can do the perfect plex.
Yeah,
he can do it fine. But he's as much of a fuck up as I am in the intro. Yeah. Like, he's so fucking...
His dad's not going to use it, so he might as well. Oh, too soon?
What do you think the best is?
The best, I'm going to go with the Crossroads, because Cody's been able to pull it off in weird scenarios where you don't think the match is coming. It's kind of turned into an RKO, more or less, where it just comes out of nowhere.
I'd love to see Evan Bourne do a shooting star press into a crossroads.
Crossroads! If he pulls that off, he beats out the Sweet Chin music. But I really like it, because there's been several matches where they're locking up, and all of a sudden he's in the Crossroads, and boom, it's over. So
it looks like it would hurt too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if you twerk, that's something that if you twerk your neck and all that, unlike Curtis Axel's finisher, you look like I could be knocked out, or at the very least paralyzed. Or, like I like that. I gave it to Cesaro's swing because that's so fucking awesome. I mean, it's good when he picks up a little guy and swings him around, repeatedly and real high up in the air. But it's also really cool when he picks up like a Mark Henry or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And
he didn't get the Big Show. Damn.
He didn't get the Big Show, and he didn't get to Mark Henry. Yeah, he didn't.
He got Khali.
He got Khali, though. The Khali one was really, really good. And picking up Brodus Clay and, the other big people like that, both sides are awesome when he can do that. And it's something different, too, because not many people can do that kind of move.
And the crowd gets into it. So if you got a finisher where the crowd gets into it, you know you're gold, man. Yeah,
if you're going to get turned babyface just because you can do one move.
Yeah, the stunner. Like, nobody cared what Austin did between point A and D. But when he hit that stunner, man, crowd just went nuts. He could just stunner actually, he did. When he came back for the 15th anniversary, he just stunnered all the McMahons. That's what he did. He just left. And everybody went like ape shit.
They need to go with Cesaro just swinging at everybody. Like, they have everybody up on the ramp.
Yeah.
And they're just like, all right, you come down next. And it's like, Ryback doing that whole thing. And picks him up, swings him around. Alright, new category that we have for this year. Didn't exist last year, but something happened during the year that made me go, I gotta make a category out of this. And that is the best spot of the year / the worst botch. Because you can't really have the worst spot and best botch and all that. So that's kind of the way that I worked it out. Well, if you can think of a better name, go ahead and tell me.
I think a best botch would have to be, and this is probably the only time it happens, when Cena was hitting the dude with the Money in the Bank, and he just popped off. Whether that'd be great if he wasn't supposed to win, but that was just perfect.
Alright, so what would you put as the worst botch of the year?
It was kind of tough because anyone who just watched TLC saw where Cena got pulled the hell off and smacked his head on the bottom of the table rather than go through it, which I thought was awesome. I mean, I know it's not supposed to happen. He could have died. Whatever. But the botch that I chose was Ryback and Punk because it kind of put Ryback in the doghouse. Could have severely injured Punk, and it was the whole table incident where he just dumped him and like almost killed him. So I think that and Sin Cara really wasn't around much this year. So
I'm going to mention the Battleground stuff later on, because I almost gave this to two things that happened in Battleground. But the thing that inspired the creation of this award was Natalya having to make AJ submit twice to the sharpshooter because the referee didn't pay any fucking attention to the match.
That's huge.
That is the thing that when I saw that happen, I was like, I'm making an award for this because this guy is a fucking idiot. Like, your whole job is to watch the match.
It's the moment I knew wrestling was fake.
Right, and not only is your job to watch the match, but you know the outcome of the match, so you're looking out for when, oh, Natalya's going to put her in a sharpshooter, and then she's going to submit, and then it's my job to go, yeah, she submit, alright, ring the bell. Instead he's like, what am I doing for dinner later?
Chipotle.
Leave the oven off? Like, wait, something happened? Why is Natalya raising my hand? I'm supposed to be raising her hand. Can you just do that again?
I didn't see it.
That was, oh my god, that was so awful. That was so bad.
I didn't see it.
What do you think was the coolest botch of the year? Or the coolest botch. The coolest... There you go, there's a botch. The coolest spot of the year.
Anything with Ziggler. I mean, just anytime he gets involved and bumps and just does something ridiculous, it's over the top. It looks worse than what it should probably be. And, you know, he also paid ode to Jeff Jarrett. I don't know if he was supposed to or not.
Yeah.
When he took the guitar and just boom over Sandow and then did the strut. So I don't know if that was well, JBL kind of pointing out that it was an ode to him, but still, anything with Ziggler, he hooks my attention every time he's on the screen.
I had a couple honorable mentions for this one too. A lot of them, and I was just like, I gotta mention these because they were so cool and everything, or so horrible in some categories. Kofi Kingston's trying to save himself from the elimination on the Royal Rumble and on the Battle Royal that they had on Raw. I can't remember what edition it was off the top of my head. But he did the thing with Tensai and the chair and all that. That was awesome. But I ended up giving it to the CM Punk pile driver on John Cena when they had that match to determine who would win to get a chance at The Rock. Was when that pile driver happened, I literally just went, the fuck? That was one of the few times where I actually stood up and it just went like, holy shit, did I just fucking see that? Had to go through my DVR, rewind it a couple times. Just like, no, he didn't hit a pile driver. He didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting fined for this. Like, that was so awesome.
I think that the other moment that I know it was kind of bad, but to see John Cena go for a Hurricanrana where he almost killed himself, where he jumped up like, what is he doing? That's out of his moveset. Come on, stop, John. Don't do it.
You don't need 6 moves. 5 moves got you where you are today.
Calm down, John. Don't get overexcited. We're cool with your 10 moves and that's it. 10 years of 10 moves, we get it. Don't break your damn neck trying to impress me. You're there. You've made it.
Unless you want to become the botch of the year according to next year.
Yeah, John Cena breaks his neck trying to do a Hurricanrana. John, it wasn't worth it. Step away from the indie stuff. You are not an indie guy.